Today I'm here with James, the Managing Director for BYD Singapore and Philippines, to learn about BYD's growth in our region and to understand what similarities we have with the EV adoption in China, because you're working on a whole spectrum of EV adoptions across different markets. Today we're here in Changsha, and we got a chance to tour BYD's factory.
Yes.
But as we go back from this trip, again, you're managing two very unique markets, Singapore and Philippines. Let's start with Singapore. BYD has been very successful in Singapore. When you think of the time you started the Singapore market, and if you look at like a best case, base case, worst case scenario, where do you see BYD's performance in Singapore now?
Okay, BYD Singapore started its operations more than 10 years ago. All right, so I think in the 2012, 2013, that's the time where startup is a very tough period. All right, where EV, at times the worldwide recognition of EV is not that strong, and likewise it's the same in Singapore. So we came in with a lot of thesis work need to be done, especially that time when we still can remember the qualifying of our charging stations to get recognitions from the government to set up charging stations. That is a very tough one. All right. So, but as time progresses, recognition gets stronger. We managed to get some support from EDB at that time. We were able to roll out our first fleet of vehicles. Then we also able to roll out, set up charging station. That is the pioneer time when we started that I started to really enjoy, planting fruits in Singapore on EVs, operations. Then comes into the COVID, we also produce masks during the pandemic to ease the situation. And that comes to a time where in 2022, after the pandemic, that's a time where we really roll out our first passenger vehicles that is suitable for overseas requirement. We call it the 803, which is today, after 2 years of hard work, in this 2024, it has become the best-selling models, for all range of products in Singapore, right? So recently we celebrate during the National Day, we have sold more than 4,000 units of 803 in Singapore.
That's amazing. This is the best-selling, not just EV, but car overall, full stop in our country. So there's been strong momentum.
Yes.
You're managing two markets. Singapore and the Philippines requires very different strategies.
Very different.
Singapore has the highest EV adoption rate outside of Greater China in Asia. Philippines feels like the other end of the spectrum. Can you tell us how your strategy is different?
Well, in Singapore, as what you say, that after so many years of progressive development, Singapore today, as what you say, is that in terms of EV adoption is very strong. So as per last month's numbers, already there are almost 35% of the buyers who enroll for the July COEs choose to drive EV vehicles. All right. So the adoption rate of EV is getting stronger and stronger as compared to the previous year. So also based on the fact of the strong infra already set up in Singapore, I was told there's almost 13,000 charging stations Singapore is coming to have. So if basically driving an EV in Singapore is the inconvenience cost is minimum now. So basically it's very convenient to drive EV cost. What you have you can reap with the advantage of having a very low running cost. Basically, you can save your pocket money by about almost 60-70% in terms of as compared to that of the petrol vehicles. But at the same time, it's the experience that people are having. Great experience as compared to ICE vehicles, and because of that, that's the reason why even with very high COE, people today, majority of them are gaining recognitions to drive an EV, and that's the reason why you can see that BYD vehicles have been selling very well, and that makes us the all brand number one from the year to date July numbers. We're all brand number one to date, ahead of some of our friendly competitor products. But if you compare that in Philippines, Philippines is just I would say that starting from last 1 or 2 years, it started to regain recognitions of EVs. It is a big country. we can see that, okay, the numbers of charging stations is progressively setting out. At the same time, we also see the government in the aggressions in giving out good support in tax concessions, okay, for driving EVs. So although they are starting at this moment, but they are very aggressive. So because of that, we reckon that actually the growth rate in EVs will be very high as well. So, but they are still in the initial transition stage. But in Philippines, BYD have a very good partner. We call it Ayala. Ayala is a very strong conglomerate in Philippines, and they are also in we find a very suitable partners that we are very keen to synergize with each other, and we also they are also very aggressive in setting up charging station, the ecosystems of EVs in Philippines. So although it's two different environments, but and two different strategy, but we find that I personally find that Philippines will soon be the same situations as Singapore, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years. No problem at all.
It sounds like you're seeing the seeds of growth and success in Philippines, definitely starting in Manila first.
Yes.
And we build our way up from there. Success in a place like Singapore also earns us the right to make ask, like to ask for investment, to ask for product innovation. When you think about BYD's product lineup in the next 2 years, what do you want to bring to the market?
So for these two markets, actually, we are hopeful definitely to bring a BYD product that can improve the lifestyle, convenience the people in Singapore and Philippines. And we find that actually BYD products suits very well. First of all, in terms of running costs, it will be much cheaper. So both countries actually has the same pricing structure for the petrol and electricity rate. So both benefits from great saving if they are running a EV vehicles. So, and because of that, we find that it is very easy to push for EV. And second thing is because of the high tech of BYD's products. You can see the BYD products in today's context. We can see the vehicles is able to allow it to turn at a local zero radius, 360 degree. It's able to swing, it's able to jump, run with 3 wheels, all this stuff technology. So because of that, the experience, the good experience sitting in BYD vehicles has gained a lot of recognitions. Basically, if you're sitting a BYD products, the amount that you spend today is equivalent to the past few years that you are spending a huge amount of money to buy a very luxury high-end vehicles to get the same kind of driving experience. But today it makes the driving experience very affordable by having a BYD products. So that's our winning strategy.
And BYD is extending the winning strategy. You've got market leadership in the low and mid-range. The Denza premium brand is launching within the next 2 months. So there is a portfolio of brands coming to market. I mean, to some people, they may think it's like Toyota and Lexus. How do you see this?
Well, of course, I think something quite similar. That's because you must have a strong footing before you can introduce your premium products. You must have people willing to buy your products. That's why you are able to get confidence. Then you go into the premium product. This is similar to what we are having now for BYD products, not only in China but in worldwide as well, because the strong numbers tells from what you read from a lot of social medias, truly the fact that actually for the past few years the numbers of the growth rate of BYD is tremendous. All right, basically these are just now as what I said, there are a few points that gain recognitions, that gain support from the users. Yeah.
And with wide support means you see a lot of BYDs on the roads. So you see them in your multi-story car park, you see them in Orchard Road. I see them on road trips going to Malaysia, Malaysian, Singaporean BYD, Atto trees especially. There's a lot of seal, a lot of Atto trees because it's a good family car, comes at a good price point. One thing, when I ask all the owners, like, what's one thing that you hope in future versions can come, and they say it'll be good range already. You can drive to KL without charging because it's 450 kilometers real world range. Singapore to KL 350 km.
Yep.
The one thing they ask for is charging speed. So that's how like Seal is really good charging speed. So with the Atto 3, which is a large volume driver, to bring up the AC charging speed to 11 kilowatts, the DC to 150 kilowatts. That will make road trips even more
Easier.
enjoyable.
Yes. So basically, BYD has come out to the fact that we have good products that can deliver high range. All right. So basically, our average product is more than 500 kilometers easily to have to drive a BYD vehicles. So at the same time, basically, for example, in Singapore, other than the usual AC, in Singapore, in terms of DC numbers, we're gaining in terms of the setup. So basically, it needs about half an hour to 45 minutes to have a full charge for BYD vehicles. So a lot of people have a mindset that, okay, maybe I need to, 30 to 45 minutes, how can I stay in a shopping center for so long or something like that? But always think about that because in Singapore or even in Philippines, they don't drive so huge mileage every day. So the kind of concept on the booster charge concept is always must be there. So today, as long as especially for Singapore, shopping mall everywhere is easily accessible with a charging station, HDB, all these things. So basically, you just go there somewhere, you saw a charger, you just fit on, all right? Then you go for your lunch, short break, then you come back. It's a booster charge. That will help you to boost another 200. Then anytime you go elsewhere, okay, you go and do it. So it's so convenient. But the benefit that you have is that you will save you a couple of hundreds,
That's
okay, by using an EV. But at the same time, also gain a very good experience when driving the vehicles.
Absolutely. There are going to be EV chargers in every HDB block. For those who stay in landed, the 16,000 landed homes, it's a no-brainer.
Yes,
Some people install their own solar panels as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, James, for the insights.
Thank you, bro.
Learned a lot.
Thanks.
And
Thank you.
congratulations again
Thank
on
you
your
very
market
much.
leadership. Looking forward to more. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and check out BYD and their suite of cars down in the video description below, as well as their upcoming new premium brand, Denza, and click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs.
Yes. Thank you.